Throughout his career, Abdul-Jabbar has also been a social and political activist. He boycotted the 1968 Olympics and supported Muhammad Ali's decision to refuse induction into the military during the Vietnam War. He recently took the stage at the Democratic National Convention.
Hello, everyone. I'm Michael Jordan, and I'm here with Hillary. I said that because I know that Donald Trump couldn't tell the difference.
The cultural commentator and best-selling author's new book is called Writings on the Wall, Searching for a New Equality Beyond Black and White. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning.
Thanks for being here. You said that you got that joke from Kathy Griffin.
Yes, I did.
Who's a friend of yours. Why did you want to take such a public stance in this election?
Well, I think it's a very important election. I think so many of the issues that have come up prior to this election are really have been divisive and very controversial, and I felt that it was necessary that people who care about the way that things are being portrayed and the direction that our country is going in, it's very important for us to become involved.
What was the reaction to that joke when you got up there and said, "I'm Michael Jordan"?
Everybody thought it was really funny, and everybody started laughing, you know, and it was a really light moment, and I think it was really necessary because I was up there to talk about a very serious subject, Humayun Khan's, what he did to become a recipient of the Congressional Medal of Honor, his incredible, heroic effort to protect the soldiers under his command. And I thought, you know, maybe we need a little bit to laugh a little bit before that because it got very serious very quickly.
And that became a huge controversy after, yeah.
Yes, it did. Well, I think Mr. Trump fired that one up by being so critical.
Mrs. Khan in particular. You know, it's interesting. This is a really substantive book. It's got a lot of interesting stuff about you and the political process. You say Americans can reclaim the political process, and it starts with children. How so? Well,
I think the whole educational process, what we need to do to make the educational process work for kids. The U.S. used to have the best schools in the world, and that's not happening anymore. The grade scores for U.S. students has dropped with regard to other countries. You know, we've slipped down, and the quality of education here in America is starting to fade a little bit. And we need to do something about that because, you know, knowledge is power, and the power that we have in our educational system really has made it possible for us to take leadership in the world.
You went to school right down the street here at Power
Memorial.
4 blocks. 4 blocks, yeah, Power Memorial.
Yeah.
You studied history at UCLA, and you've said that if you didn't play basketball, you probably would have been a history teacher.
Probably, yeah.
So how important is history? You talk about history in this book a lot. How important is history to educating ourselves in this?
Well, history is very crucial because, as George Santayana said, those who do not understand history are condemned to repeat it. And history is always the best tool to understanding the mistakes that we've made in the past and to avoid them going forward. So we need to pay attention to what's happened here in our country and why, and make sure that we don't retrace those steps because that could be a very tragic misstep for our country.
You also said that you could have become a journalist, and how your journalistic career started out. You tell a beautiful story in the book about going to interview Dr. King.
Yeah, I took part in a mentoring program in Harlem between my junior and senior years in high school, and it really changed my life. It enabled me to understand why Harlem was such an important community for Black Americans, and also it identified a lot of the things that needed to change in many of the Black communities in America at that time. So it really changed my life, and it made it possible for me to understand what I wanted to do with my life, and I'm still on that path.
Did you watch the Olympics?
I've watched some of it, yeah.
Yeah.
It was very interesting, and you know, when I was a kid, we used to have races all the time. And as the tallest guy, I never won any of the races.
These are running races?
Yeah. Just the kids in the neighborhood. Who's the fastest, right? But Usain Bolt is the tallest sprinter.
6'5".
Yeah.
And I don't know how he does it. He's amazing.
And you are what, 7?
I'm 7'2".
7'2", yeah. But in particular, because of the whole Ryan Lochte controversy and what happened there, I mean, you've been very strong on this issue about professional athletes and others, even amateur athletes, being role models and taking that seriously.
Oh yeah, it's quite a responsibility, because you know, when you get that type of attention and you have all the eyes on you, young kids are many of the people who are watching you, and if you don't do the right things, you kind of send a bad message to kids, and that's something we need to avoid.
And you think athletes need to be aware of that responsibility and take it seriously?
Yeah, they don't have to necessarily embrace it if they don't want to, but they should be aware of it, because it's a reality.
Mm-hmm. All right, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah. Wait, who's the greatest basketball player playing right now, do you think?
Geez, that's a tough. Well, probably LeBron. I mean, that's a no-brainer.
Okay.
There are a lot of good guys playing in the game. Stephen Curry has his following, and they have quite an argument there.
All right, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, thanks so
Great
much for being with us. Writings on the Wall goes on sale tomorrow.